everybody. So I wasn't sure what to do with this video, but I finally decided on something. Again, I'm a Christian. And in that I have some favorite Bible verses, so I thought I would share some of those with you today. First off, my favorite, obviously Jesus and God. I mean, who can beat them? Nobody. They're God. But other than them, my favorite character in the Bible is Ruth, which I love strong women and that kind of thing. So like Ruth and Esther and Mary and all those kinds of women in the Bible are my heroes. But Ruth in particular is my favorite. But I'm not going to go through the whole book of Ruth with you. At least not today. But I'm going to start, I'm just going to go from front to back or whatever, how I found them. And I'm starting in Psalms, Psalm 62, the whole chapter. So I'm just going to read it for you, okay? Truly my soul waiteth upon God. From him cometh my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. How long will ye imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall be slain, all of you. As a bowing wall shall ye be, and as a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Selah. My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. And God is my salvation and my glory. The rock of my strength and my refuge is in God. Trust in him at all times. Ye people, pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. Selah. Surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of the high degree are a lie. To be laid in the balance, they are altogether lighter than vanity. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. God hath spoken once, twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto God. Also unto thee, O Lord, belongeth mercy, for thou renderest to every man according to his work. Now there's a lot in there, so if you want to take the time to read that yourself and study it out some, you're going to find some treasure in there. Next I have Jeremiah 1:19. And this verse is just a support for me when I feel like I'm in a big battle in my life. Anyways, Jeremiah 1:19 says, And they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee, for I am with thee, saith the Lord, to deliver thee. So, always remembering that God's on my side. He's going to fight for me, and I don't really have to worry about it. Next, we go to Hosea 11:1, which this verse in particular is actually a prophecy about Jesus. But there's also an application for my life. When I found it, I didn't even know it was a prophecy, and so it became a life verse without me even knowing that. But then when I found that out, it was really cool again. Like, it made it doubly significant to me. It says, When Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt. Now, it's a prophecy because when Jesus was a baby and born, and then Herod wanted to kill him, so they fled to Egypt, and when Herod died, they came back to Israel. He called his son out of Egypt back to Israel. As far as I'm concerned, when I first found it, it's, Israel, I was Israel, and I was a child, and he loved me. And back in those days, Egypt was a place of slavery. And so God called me out of Egypt, called me out of the slavery to sin. So that's how that verse holds so much significance to me. Now, a lot of you probably know John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him will not perish but have everlasting life. Which is a great verse. It's like the gospel all in one. But I actually like the next verse even better. John 3:17. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. And even now, Christians, we're all like, even me sometimes, like condemning and saying, no, you're wrong, or you're going to hell, or, you're not a good Christian, or anything, judgmental, condemning kind of thing. But Jesus didn't do that when he came to earth. He came to save the earth. He came to love the people, his people, that he wants to return back to himself. And then finally, one of my, like, most major, what I call, like, my life verse, my true life verse, is 1 Timothy 4:12. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example to believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, and purity. And as you can tell, I'm a young woman, and I started taking this verse to heart when I was in high school. Let no man despise thy youth. Like, just because you're young doesn't mean you can't serve God. It doesn't mean that you can't be used by Him to do something great. And you can't let anybody, including yourself, say that to you. Because I got over, other people can't say it to me, but then I was still saying it to myself. And now it's, okay, I'm ready. I just want to do what I can for God. No man's going to despise my youth, including myself. So, hopefully these verses have encouraged you some. And if you could care less, then thanks for watching the video anyways, I guess. God bless you. Bye.